So you've decided to do this. You're going to learn to ride a motorcycle, or perhaps you're just moto-curious. What should you expect? What challenges are you going to face? What are some of the things I wish I knew before I learned to ride? Stick around, this entire video is dedicated to you, the new rider. Learning to ride a motorcycle is an enormous challenge, and it might seem a bit overwhelming, but riding is also one of the most rewarding things in the world. For me, from as early as I can remember, I've loved motorcycles. Strike that. I've been obsessed with motorcycles. Motorcycles have taken me around the world, over awe-inspiring mountain passes, across face-meltingly hot, dusty deserts, suffered through insane rains and hail, tiptoed through the mountains in the snow, sharing the road with snowmobiles. No, really, it was that bad. My best vacations, my greatest adventures, and all of my closest and dearest friends have all come through motorcycles. Even my wife of more than 20 years, our first date consisted of riding around all night until the sun came up again. Motorcycles have given me so much, but they've also taken from me. I've lost friends, and some have suffered injuries that they've never recovered from. That is all to say, for all the joy and excitement and fun, motorcycling cannot be done safely. All we can really do is identify the risks and then make choices to reduce those risks. As a new rider starting out on your great motorcycle adventure, I ask that you recognize and accept that it can all go pear-shaped at any moment, even if you're doing everything right. So with that said, here are some of the things I wish I'd known as I started out, and some free advice that's probably worth every penny that you're paying for it. This seems to be the hardest lesson for so many riders, but tires are the most important part of your bike. Don't waste money on blingy farkles and loud exhaust pipes and chromy doodads and hoo-haws. Spend that money on tires. Replace them in sets. Buy the good ones and replace them before you think you need to. Motorcycle tires don't last very long. Car tires come with like an 80,000 kilometer warranty. I've never had a motorcycle tire last longer than 9,000 kilometers. And I've seen an astounding number of motorcycle tires with dry rot and plenty of life left on them based on tread depth. And for the love of all things two-wheel, check your tire pressure, and check it often. And set it according to the owner's manual, not the stamp on the sidewall. A helmet is not adequate to protect your hearing. Open-face helmets cause even more noise. The wind noise and highway noise will permanently damage your ears, and it doesn't take long at all. I wish someone would have told me this when I first started riding. Wear earplugs. When it comes to your first bike, you'll learn more faster on a small bike. And by small, we mean weight and horsepower. A Sportster may be a small bike by cruiser standards, but it is a freaking heavy bike. An R6 may only be 600 cc's, but it makes 130 horsepower. That's a crap ton of power. Learning on a big or powerful bike is like trying to learn how to fly by starting in a fighter jet or a 747. There's a reason why pilots all start out on Cessnas or small trainers and then have to qualify on larger, heavier aircraft. Oh, and don't spend every last penny on that new bike with nothing left over for riding kit. Which brings me to riding kit. A full face helmet with a tinted visor looks totally badass no matter what kind of bike you're on. It's also the safest and most comfortable helmet option. But seriously, it looks legit. Get a full face helmet with a tinted visor for those double cool points. Buy armored gear that fits. Most new riders left to their own devices tend to buy gear, including helmets, one size too big for comfort. But remember, your riding kit needs to stay put at basically hurricane force winds. It should be snug. Any good motorcycle shop worth its salt will have someone on hand who can help you figure things out. And good shops will also have someone who has been trained to fit your head properly for a helmet. And finally, just because it comes from a motorcycle shop doesn't mean it's motorcycle gear. I'm looking at you, Harley Davidson. It's not a motorcycle jacket unless it has armor in the elbows, shoulders, and back. Otherwise, it's just a fashion jacket. Same goes for boots and gloves. As far as we're concerned, no armor means no good. When you learn to ride a bike or how to operate a motorcycle, it feels like a lot. But when we break it down, it's only 4 things: starting, stopping, turning, and shifting. At first, getting the bike rolling is going to be a big challenge, and then most of us get really worked up about shifting. Don't worry, you'll get those. Turning will become a lifelong pursuit as we all strive for that perfect corner. But the most important skill that you need to develop is stopping. You need to learn how to become comfortable with your brakes more than any other control at your fingertips. Your brakes are the most powerful tool in your arsenal. The confidence of knowing you can slow or stop the motorcycle and what the brakes on your motorcycle are capable of will be key to your success. You can begin your journey towards becoming a demon on the brakes just by pushing your bike around. Reach up and slowly squeeze the brakes to bring the bike gently to a stop. Listen for the click of the brake light switch. Every time you squeeze the brakes, do it like this and learn how this feels. The key to stopping quickly is to square the handlebars and then master slow, progressive, linear brake squeezing, never grabbing, especially with the handlebars turned. Learn to trust and rely on your brakes, especially your front brake, because as much as 85% of your stopping power comes from the front. Go to the brakes when you are nervous. Just enough for that brake light switch to click on is all you need most of the time. Use that front brake to gently slow into corners until you are comfortable with your speed and you can see your exit. Ignore anybody who recommends no brake drills or suggests not using the brakes on twisty roads. Riding without using your brakes doesn't teach you anything. Your brakes are your best and most powerful friend. Continually foster that relationship so they'll be there at the ready when you need them the most. Cars are not out to get you. And what I mean by that is it's not personal. Sure, we should conduct ourselves and be prepared for anything as though we are totally invisible, but if a car cuts you off or violates your right of way, it's not personal. Do not lose your temper and go into a Hulk rage fit because you think you've had your rights violated. They weren't. The car driver isn't paying attention, nor should you have expected them to be paying attention. But give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're having a bad day or they just found out their kid broke their arm and are rushing to get home. It's not personal, so stay cool. Leave the past behind you. You must learn to think like an Italian.
What's behind me is not important.
I've seen so many riders crash because they are upset about how they messed up that last corner, or they are obsessing about that car that almost pulled out in front of them. They focus on what happened to the point where they lose track of the moment. What's in front of you is a lot more important than what's behind you. Same thing goes for any stress at work or at home. Leave all that baggage in the driveway and focus on what's in front of you. Most advice is bad advice, and this is especially true if you are female. Almost every dude out there is going to try to impress you with mountains of really crap information, mostly as a way to try to impress you. Realize that the vast majority of riders are going to tell you how they ride, and they probably ride like ass. Speed and skill are not the same thing. Just because someone is fast doesn't mean they know what they're doing. This goes for books and YouTube videos, even some riding schools out there. Do your homework before taking advice from anyone. The people you ride with matter, and for that fact, avoid group rides as much as possible. Some of the most violent crashes I've seen have all happened on group rides. One bike falls or swerves, hits another bike, and suddenly nobody is having a good time. When it comes to group rides, only the guy in front is riding the speed they want. Everybody else is either going slower or faster than they want to go. My best advice is to simply avoid group rides altogether. And if you do end up in a group, remember this. The golden rule of group riding is ride your ride. Don't let anybody goad you into riding faster or wearing less gear than you are comfortable with. It's your ass in the seat and it's your ass on the line. Fitness helps a lot. So I know I talk about the soft skills, the mental focus, and mindsets that help us become successful, but motorcycling is also physically challenging. Not so much about how strong you need to be to pick the bike up off the side stand or lift it onto the center stand, but riding a motorcycle is physically taxing in a way that driving a car can never be. You are constantly exposed to the battering wind, including turbulence from other traffic. The temperature, be it hot or cold, takes its toll. The noise too, it exhausts you. Wearing earplugs helps a ton with this, but noise is tiring. So don't underestimate the physical requirement of riding a motorcycle. Stay hydrated, eat a little something during fuel stops, stretch, and if you want to progress as a rider, enact some kind of regular physical exercise. And the best exercise you can take up? Ride a bicycle, and ride it quickly. Or even better, get a mountain bike. Every professional motorcycle racer in the world spends thousands of hours per year on a bicycle. Look, it's still saddle time, and all the rules of motorcycling still apply. It leans the right way in corners, you need to keep your eyes up, and you can practice all of your riding techniques on your bicycle, and it translates right back to your motorcycle. Struggling with U-turns? Go practice on your bicycle. Struggling with braking? Go practice on your bicycle. Plus, all that exercise is going to give you the strength and stamina to deal with the physical stresses of motorcycling. The only thing is, depending on what part of the world you live in, your bicycle brakes might be backwards. Swap your brakes so that the front brake is on the same side as your motorcycle brakes, so you can build good muscle memory. So we never hesitate that our right hand controls the front brake. Listen, as you embark on this amazing adventure, remember, riding well is a skill, not a gift. It's gonna feel weird and you're not gonna be good at it, and you're not gonna be good at it for a while. You are starting at the beginning, just like we all did, and you're going to struggle, especially in parking lots. Again, like an airplane, motorcycles are more stable if you're going a little quicker. Stall speed, if you will. Below stall speed, your motorcycle turns into a 400-pound brick that tips over easily. As you are figuring this out, you'll probably drop your bike trying to park or at a gas station. And I assure you, it'll only happen when you have an audience. But don't let this deter you, because it's happened to all of us. Hell, I once found myself in the middle of a black leather biker rally on my pink and blue FZR 600. The 90s were a different time, don't judge. And I promptly dropped my bike in the middle of them all. I carry those emotional scars with me to this day. Not really, seriously, it happens to all of us. Don't let setbacks and failures deter you. It's only a failure if you don't learn from it. We all need to be constantly practicing and improving if we want to become, and if we want to remain, a good rider. A basic rider course is a first step, but it's not the only step. Every rider in the world has something they can be working on. World champions simply spend the most time doing that. So the whole reason behind Canyon Chasers is to help others reduce the risk of riding, make riding more enjoyable, and to help all of us become more proficient and precise riders. Hashtag Canyon Chasers. I really hope to see you guys back here, so click like and subscribe. And be sure to check out our channel or our website for lots more content. In the description, we've linked to several videos where we've covered many of these topics in greater detail. Oh, and one last thing, check your tire pressure. Thanks for watching, and ride well.